talking about today? If only you could guess. Well, let's make it easy because it's because of you that we are here. You know, we have our dad in the house and he's here today with his beautiful daughter. We're talking about bridging the generational gap, and they're an apt example of what we'll be talking about. You get to see them in just one moment. But first, let's welcome you warmly to Weekend Deal. It does seem as though the way we communicate, the way we live, and the way we work is constantly changing. You know, from the older generation who's focused on tradition and stability, to the Gen Zs who are very keen on innovation and flexibility at different times. We wonder, are our values and priorities the same? It does seem as though we diverge more than we come together.
All right, yes, Thelma, you're right. From the baby boomers to the Gen Zs, each generation sees the world through a different lens. Each generation sees the world through a different lens. And the truth of the matter is, because of our diversity, we are meant to understand each other more. It is important that the different generations, the different age group are able to communicate and relate effectively.
Wow, you couldn't have put it more aptly. And that's why we ask you today to join us. Be a part of our conversation, whether you are a baby bloomer, whether you are a millennial, whether you are a Gen Z, or part of the older generation like we are. Be a part of our conversation. We're going to be talking with analysts, older generation, young people who will bring their understanding of their role in our society today to our show. And of course, we'll lace it intermittently with exemplary and amazing music from the stable of King Fad. And he's here with his amazing daughter, Emanuela, an engineer, warrior of note, but also an entertainer who's carving her name in gold. Welcome to Weekend Deal. My name is Thelma Obaza. With you, we'll be bridging the generational gap.
Generational gap. And it's good to know that each generation is shaped by history, technology, culture, and their values. The big question here is, what if these different perspectives clash, or better still, align and connect? We'll be answering this question and more on the show today, because it is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from the network service of the NTA. I am Patience Eloyi Abba.
It's Weekend Deal, your effervescent breakfast show every Saturday and Sunday. Today, we're bridging that generational gap. Yes, and we'll start off on a very high note with the Fagilos. Amazing numbers there. We have amazing guests here too, ladies. Abuja women are dancing. How, when, and why? Let's first introduce Ambassador Angela E.G. Welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. They walked in here looking like women who actually dance, because when you dance, your steps are different. So it's an honor to also welcome Princess Veronica Ukeji. You're welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here this morning. Thank you.
We feel the same way. So tell us, let me start with Ambassador E.G. Why are women dancing in Abuja? Is it that they are saying things differently? Because I want to dance. Tell us about this.
Yes. It's not just about the name Abuja Women Dance, but women have to keep fit. Amazing. Women the world over walk around the clock and sometimes don't even think of their fitness. So we deemed it fit that quarterly women should come together, stress out all forms of stresses, because we walk around the clock, tending to everything, home, business, what have you. And then the importance of having women to connect. There's power in connectivity. So we call it from fitness to business. We talk everything when we meet and even on our community platform. So we sensitize women on having to stress out, because women are stressed all the time. And music, it's a universal language, so that whenever a music is played, you dance to the rhythm, whether you understand the language or not. So we dance in a fun way. We have yoga, we have aerobics, and
you have joy.
You
have joy and networking.
You mingle, you make new friends. And Abuja Women Dance is a sisterhood of women for women.
Oh, nice. Ooh.
I'm loving this. I'm loving
amazing.
Women power.
We cannot overemphasize that women should support women.
Yes.
So if they didn't understand it before, they certainly get it right now. Princess Veronica, an amazing outcome we expect. You're having something today. Women are seeing you now. Even their men are seeing them. Say, where will I go and drop you? So you can join these women, connect in every way possible. Tell us where, when, and how long.
Okay. Just in a bit, not too long from now, it's actually 8 a.m.
Okay.
Old Parade Ground here in Abuja. The women are gathering again. Don't miss it. If you are listening to us now, you're hearing us right now, it's time to connect. It's time to make new direction. It's time to bring out new energy. Nice. The mental health of a woman is very important because the woman is like the pillar of that home. If she's happy, everything around her is happy. Everything comes to life because the woman actually gives life, They are life givers. So they need that time to stress out, connect, do business, enter new deals, so please come, let's stress it out. Let's clear your mental state and get you to that stage where you are ready to fire up for another quarter.
Yeah.
So we're expecting you. We got a full package.
Okay, they just come in like that, nothing. Should I be bringing anything with them?
Okay, actually,
just love and smiles?
Actually, for now, since you didn't know about our t-shirts and all of that plans, come with yourself first.
And in pink.
Yes.
Pink.
You can come in pink.
Girls.
You can come in our O3 color. Our O3 color was actually purple.
Okay.
So you can come in either pink or purple. It's fine.
Okay.
But when you come, we'll now tell you how we roll.
Okay, so Temba and I are always dancing here. Well, a lot of people hear us and say, so it's where people are sitting and dancing. Anybody who sits can dance. But how do we, do you accept members, and how do you accept members? Or anybody can just come dance and go home? Or can people become members of Abuja Women Dance?
Yes, all women from age 18 to 90.
Oh.
As we speak with you, we have grandmothers, great-grandmothers amongst us. We have the youths, and we have a community. Once you connect with us, we add you up to the community. And then if you've not heard about us before, you can also make inquiries or go to our Instagram page, Abuja Women Dance. And like I said before, it's not just the name Abuja Women Dance. We talk everything, even to the bedroom issues.
Okay.
Yes. So we have activities for the whole week. Monday is inspiration days. Tuesday is market days when we advertise and do business. Wednesday is celebrate a woman achiever. Thursday is how do you call it? Throwback Thursday, when we bring things that happened in 2000 back to life, reminding each other, inspiring each other. Then Friday, we call it Freaky Friday.
All right.
Yes.
Let's continue.
Now, many women are interested.
Yes.
But time does not permit us to go more. And don't unveil everything. Let them come. Come to the old parade ground and know more. We want to thank you, Princess Veronica and Ambassador Angela. It's been amazing getting to know you. Nigerian women to the old parade ground. You are warmly welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
And it's time for us to breathe again.
Yes.
Our generational gap with the one and only.
Can you dance? Can you dance?
Yes,
The
we dance.
Fajinos. Oh yeah, now.
We jig
Let's
it.
pick now. That's right. Oh yeah, now.
We're going to have a danceable song, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yes, so that's it.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go?
the same old place. Sweet home, Abuja. Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Holly, hey, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to the same old place, sweet home, Abuja. 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4. Come on, a pretty lady, gonna Ollie, hey, baby, don't you wanna go back to the same old place, sweet home, Abuja, NTA.
Well done! Thank God it's not a wig. So I mean, thank God it's not a wig. So you're good. Okay. Our conversation has actually started. If you look at the Abuja Women Dance, she said they have from age 18 to 90. What that means is that this organization is bridging the generational gap by bringing women of all ages together. To further this conversation right now is our backgrounder from NTA Mina.
Time, identified as seasons, periods, and generations, exert great influence on people that live in it. This is why generational labels have become a prevalent part of human existence. Labels help to categorize and understand the experiences and values of different age groups born within a specific period of time, sharing similar cultural, social, and historical experiences.
A lost generation, that is the first, and that is marked by the historians from 1883 to 1900. So we also have a period that is called as Greatest Generation, which marked from 1901 to 1927. And the next is what we call a Silent Generation, which marked from 1928 to 1945. And of course, the next will be baby boomers. You know, that is the most popular that people know, which range from 1946 to 1964. Generation X, which marked from 1965 to 1980, and the next is the millennials. Of course, they call it millennials, but it's also tagged as Generation Y, which marked from 1981 to 1996. And the next is Generation Z, which is marking from 1997 to 2012. And the last but not the least is the Generation what? Alpha. The Generation Alpha marked from 2013 to date.
Each generation has a distinctive meaning of things because those who live within each generation tend to experience critical life events and transitions at particular historical moments.
The greatest generation, that's the 1901 to 1927, is the Great Depression, where economies were so bad. That's what separated them from the silent generation, where indeed strong work ethics, they don't talk much. They simply demonstrate their capacity, their worth from the work they do. The baby boom, after the Second World War, they concentrated on repopulating the Gen Z, like I said, is the media, social media generation.
The existence of each generation has in one way or the other contributed greatly to the growth and development of the society.
Generation that worked to ensure they defeated depression. That's something to commend. Generations that enabled individuals to become expressive. Individuals' sporting prowess, musical talent, all of this got a boost, and the world is the better for it right now, in sports, in entertainment, in science, and in technology. These are all benefits to us. The trouble is simply, as the world was enjoying these successes, we were forgetting what is core that is supposed to hold humanity, or that has been holding humanity together. We're forgetting God, and we're forgetting our traditions that held us together.
The intergenerational perception and experiences of members of different generations most times cause disagreement among them. This happens in families, organizations, and even within religious groups.
Belong to Generation X, 1965 to date. Because there is a sharp difference between what we have witnessed during our own earliest generation and what is happening now. One, in terms of discipline, in terms of unity of purpose, in terms of what we call cohesion, in terms of patriotism, in terms of managing your diversity. All these are differences that today you cannot compare them with our own generation now.
Understanding generational differences is a huge requirement to ensuring harmonious relationships in the home, offices, and religious organizations.
In NTA Mina, you have made your very interesting and in-depth incursion into our discussion today. We're talking and we're focused about bridging the generational gap. That's our story, that's our topic. Be a part. You know how we do it. Let's welcome our guests. They are here. Let's meet, greet, and make welcome founder and president, Ogumba Center for Leadership Development in Africa, in the person of Ogumba Uchewosu. His profile is first.
Sir, you're welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me again today.
Yes, you're a family member. You are an amazing person, passionate about the youth. And
thank you.
Because you've contributed so much, we just thought that this particular topic, I mean, who else to have but an amazing person who is passionate about the generation after him. So you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so to support and back up is a young, vibrant, lovely lady. She's a member of the youth corps, and she is Victoria Okeregu. Let's see her profile. Oh.
So we welcome you very warmly, Victoria. And we know that even though we say it's no holds barred, we know that you maintain the regular courtesy because you are a member of the NTA family and you know how we do what we do. But give us that vibrance and that youth energy required here today. So thank you for coming. But let me start with Ogumba. Ogumba, we're talking about bridging the generational gap. We have found that we of the old generation, from the 40s upwards, we like tradition, we like stability. Some of the young people like flexibility, innovation, and sometimes the way they bring up their innovation can have us in a state of shock and surprise. Is it truly possible to bridge this gap successfully in a way that we can coordinate things and shepherd these young people to success and to lead Nigeria in the future?
Thank you. First of all, let's understand the older generation and the new generation. We started from the locomotive age, which is the older generation. You know, locomotive age, the locomotive trends, where you have to paka, 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 you keep going.
Yeah.
Then we now arrive to, can I say, the plane age,
Okay.
where you speed off and take off. Then you now arrive at the jet age.
Yes.
Where, boom, it goes. I think we're entering to the rocket age. Oh. But once you do it,
It's gone.
the next thing you see is the back of the rocket and then gets to the moon. We can actually do that. One, the newer generation, which is the Gen Z or whatever it is.
Gen
being called,
Alpha.
and then we have our own age. We have the ages of people like our president and the rest. How do you bridge it?
Yeah.
How do you bring them, mentor them, and bring them closer to the older and newer generation? Like somebody will say, the younger ones think they are wise, but the older man is wiser than them. Because for you, no matter how an okra tree grows taller, the owner has to bend the okra down and plug it. So yes, they are very fast. The new generation, recently, there are things they do, and the older ones think that these people are stupid. Do we actually know what they are doing? But things have changed. You don't have to stop them.
Yes.
But the only thing is that the older ones must guide them. Because when you look at things happening now, if they are not properly guided, you find out that things at the end might not be what the older generation will be thinking of. So for us, actually, to mentor and guide them in this new age, we must also understand them, because whatever they are doing, we have passed that locomotive age and we are in a rocket age. So they want it fast. No young person wants to, in fact, let me put it, before you say, you have to crawl, you have to walk, you have to crawl, you have to stand, you have to walk and start running and flee. But now,
They hit the ground running.
They hit the ground running.
I mean, that's what happens. I mean,
So
I mean, amazing. Victoria, you're a Gen Z, right? In a word, and you have to deal with older people. Do you feel misunderstood? Do you feel that we don't understand you? Do you feel misunderstood most of the time? Especially in a workspace that you found yourself as a youth corps member. Do you feel misunderstood? You don't understand me. Kind of the way they do things, they don't understand me. Do you feel like that?
Not really.
Oh, nice.
No, that's not the feeling that you get. It's not that you feel misunderstood. It's the fact that what you're used to is not what I'm used to. Okay. So, me, when I'm moving forward in the future, I like balance. So I like to take a bit from the old and a bit from the new. It helps you further everything in life. Okay. But if you're stuck in one way or this person's stuck in this way, you realize that you're not really seeing what we're seeing.
Okay, tell me about the things you're seeing. I want to see now.
Don't get me wrong, it's not everyone my age that thinks the same way. Some people are based on, I like it this way, I want to go forward, I don't like anything from the past. I'm almost in the middle where I'm not really that far into Gen Z, so I appreciate some things from the past as well. There are some things the older generation do offer in their values that are actually very good going forward.
Can you give us examples?
You are very hardworking. You do value respect a lot, but also I have noticed that when it comes to inclusivity, we struggle with that a lot. So in terms of, sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
No, calm down.
You're doing well.
You're doing well.
In terms of people my age and younger, they're more like, if you want to be like this, that's your life.
Oh.
We don't get that from the older generation. They are very steadfast. They're very, this is how we should be, this is the norm. I don't like that. I like...
Let everybody be.
I may not necessarily want to do what you're doing, but if you're not harming anyone, do what you want. Dress how you want, live your life how you want, be with who you want. It's not my concern.
Because I'm seeing what you're wearing on your head, and all I'm thinking is, I'm like, what is this thing?
I love this hat.
Okay, please tell us about. I'm looking at. I'm okay. I know, me, I'm old. What is this thing you are wearing now? It just makes you feel nice.
Oh, there are different types actually. Wow. So
What is it called anyway?
it's just a knitted hat.
Okay.
So essentially, yeah.
People like these days, like a new fashion trend, more like people are knitting their dresses.
Their dresses.
It's a new Thelma. Have you heard
that
people are making their dresses?
Yeah.
The statement thing that is going on right now.
Yes.
That's their brand.
From From skirts to shirts to
Like our
anything,
grandmothers
even
used to do them.
as far as bikinis.
But no, before we go, we need to give this thing on your hair a name. It can't walk in and announce you without a name, and then you exit. We will give it a name. So we'll be thinking of a name in the meantime, okay? But let me talk with Ogumba again. Ogumba, you have young children.
Yeah.
This terminology, Gen Z, do they find it offensive? Do you use it at home? When you talk to them, do they answer? I was on social media yesterday, like we often are, and a preacher actually was in church. He said that we, this 35 to up, we served our parents. We did hard work. And many of us are not serving our children. The capacity that we had, carried gallons, sweat floor, we washed car. In our house, you had to, man cook, woman wash car, everybody Nowadays, if you just tell even your daughter to go and wash tire, she sees it as punishment.
They both laughed. What happened here? You were talking.
And
they both laughed as we were talking like, wash?
I say I ironed my father's agbada. It was part of the chores you would learn before you taught the wheel of a car, the steering wheel. Now if you tell your kids to do some things, they see it as punishment.
Yeah.
But tell us, how is it in the home setting?
Parents
Because the children are there.
They must do it too.
Oh,
They're doing
Because,
it.
like you said, when I was growing up,
yes.
because I had a bit knowledge of the village. So in the morning, normally Saturdays, my mom will get her hoe and say, everybody get your own. And we'll go to the farm. And we'll be there from sometimes from 7 o'clock till around 2. You do not tell my mom that I cannot do it. That day you will not eat. In fact, by the time she looked at you with one eye, you're already carrying your hoe. You're already at the farm. But let me tell you something. It depends on the parents and the Gen Z group. The older ones also need to draw them back and guide them. Like, let me give you an example from my home. One day, my kids are 11 now. They're in secondary school. They wake up one morning, and my wife looked at them and said, "Have you dressed your bed?" The first time, it was like, come on, will you go and dress your bed? So who do you expect to? Because normally the nannies would dress their bed, watch the. Have you dressed your bed? They were looking at my mom, the twin boys, and they went straight and started doing that. Before now, when they finish eating, the nannies will pack their plates. And one day my wife asked, "Where are you going? Who will pack your plate?" They now looked at my wife, and they started taking. So it depends on the parents to guide them. Look, Gen Z, but if you don't guide them, these people can one day go out naked on the street and say, Gen Z. But you have to guide them. If you don't guide them, like I said,
we're not laughing,
like I said, they are moving to the rocket age.
They are.
Where before you can even draw them back and teach them, they're already gone.
They are gone.
And when they are gone, they are gone.
They are gone.
Because like a proverb in my dad would say, "Ade amoro agadi wanyi, akeba nanka." That means you cannot teach an old person
new tricks.
Using when somebody is using right, you want to teach the person to use left.
When time has passed,
time has passed. Parenting and mentorship starts from home. If you cannot mentor your kids, your family, your wife, and those from, because mentorship is different from coaching. Coaching is a short time period, while mentorship can be from lifetime something. So the earlier you mentor them from the home, if you can't mentor your house, you can't mentor anybody outside.
Okay, now let me come to Emanuela. I need to talk to you. Now, I know that you are an engineer by training, but I know you also have the natural talent of singing like your father. And all these years, you've seen your father sing and do music. Yes. Now, if you were to go into professional music, for example, what are the things your father is doing that as a Gen Z, a younger musician, you don't want to do? I mean, as a younger woman, you're like, Daddy did it this way, I'd rather do it that way. And what are the things he's doing that you say, okay, this one I'm going to carry on if I were to become a professional singer?
Okay, there's something I want to correct. See this man? This is my old man. Ever since I've known him, he has never been within his age range. More like he's faster.
Oh, okay.
The style of music he plays, like during his era, the style of music they were playing then, the old schools and the like.
He has an old soul.
My dad was already in the rock age. He was with rock stars and he was more like a very pop kind of person, long before pop became a huge
thing.
A huge deal.
Oh, okay.
So because of that, I was able to like understand that because of him, I'm able to like love old school and also love the new school. So if I'm going to go into music, I'm going to
you are watching
I
the
love my
space.
engineering career.
You love your engineering career.
I know, but
We are watching the space. We are watching the space.
Okay,
Don't
now,
worry.
I think you're rooting for me to be a musician.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so if I'm going to do music, from all the style of music he plays, I know he does rock a lot. I'm obviously going to choose that because I love rock to some extent, especially indie rock and the likes of it, yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that and I'm going to be incorporating elements into it, like culture. The new, like Gen Zs, because some people are saying they are Gen Z, they're not Gen Z.
Okay, but you are Gen Z.
I am a Gen Z.
You are Gen Z.
Yes.
You represented Gen Z.
So yes,
Let's do
Gen
this.
Z is like some of Gen Zs now are more like into culture. Like we're trying to integrate. We're not trying. Some people say that we are not respecting our culture. We are going out of it. But no, the average Gen Z is more invested in culture. They're more like, don't let it die out.
Okay.
But we don't want to do it your way.
Okay.
Yes. We don't want to be rigid. Just like Victoria said, no rigidity. Please be flexible. Allow them to be who they are. Okay, so as a girl now, like the average African parent will want you to study certain courses. It is either you are a doctor or you're a lawyer, you're an engineer, or you're an architect, and you're others. Others. You tell your parents you want to study mass communication in school. The first one will say, no, you can't do it. No, I want to be mama doctor, mama engineer. Now, in Gen Z, like there are people that are making money from content creation.
Yes.
This TikTok you are seeing, people are cashing out seriously from social media.
True.
Yes. So if I'm going to do music, I'm obviously going to include social media. I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be doing a lot of things because most of the musicians that are trending now in our generation, now from social media they take blow. From TikTok, your average TikTok. There's this
And
girl
we saw
called
this guy yesterday now, Pella. Pella and his babe, they are in Dubai. And they were welcomed at the airport by Rolls Royce. Pella is 19 and he comes from a beyond humble background. In fact, he's changing the narrative from 5 generations.
All right, let's do this. Recently, I remember, let me tell you a small cute story. My 2 twin daughters, you have twin sons, I have twin daughters. They were having a conversation and I heard one say, do you know, my social friend was angry that her sister won. And I quickly entered the conversation. I said, no, it cannot be. And I was like, no, they are sisters. Why is she jealous? And I was talking from a deep place. And my daughter now came, Mommy, it's not that deep. And I'm like, you mean this thing, it's not that deep? And they began to talk, and I'm like, okay, so what is this language? What is the communication we need to have with our Gen Z nephews, children? How do we bridge this gap? NTA Calabar will tell us more.
Amazing.
Afana Mati.
Bro, I do.
How that banny now?
I'm on the banny day.
You said you want me. Wait till they stop now. Any and now me I go highway.
No, I mean amount to you. Nothing to
My friend.
Yeah,
Take care.
thank you, bro.
The older generation use simple languages or expressions to communicate, while the younger generation is experiencing the use of abbreviations and coded expressions.
Write letter to our friends. Our parents asked us to write letter to their loved ones because they were not educated. We were doing this thing. By doing so, we were writing. I remember my own father, anytime I want to write a letter, he will call me, say, come and write a letter to my friends. So I will sit down. As he dictates, I will be writing. When I finish that, he will ask me to read all what I have written. And now I read and interpret for him. But today, it is not like that. Children don't write again. They use short form of communication, abridged form of writing in a short form in the name of texting and things like that. So those are the problems being created by social media. Though a child now is incapable of sitting down to write, sitting down to develop meaning of words, sitting there even to look into the dictionary and things like that. So these are some of the differences.
This also rests on the quality of education, as most useful format of learning have been dropped. Before now, the introduction of songs for easy memory, oral English, reading culture, among other factors, aided the willingness of students to learn, unlearn, and relearn. However, more attention is rather given to the social media, venting its negative effect.
Well, I think it has taken a greater influence on the students that are so interested in this social media. As we have said before, the words are shortened, like a shorthand of those days, and then it affects them. Even when you say they should write essays, you discover that some of those things come to play. You see them writing shorthand, something that if they were not influenced by this social media coded language, let me put it that way, they would take time to write out these things and know how to spell it appropriately. But because of this, even when they are writing exams, you discover that some words are coded, some words are shortened.
The quality of education generally, to my own observation, has really dropped, in the sense that the things we were imbibing in, what they were teaching us, if you impart the same to the younger one, they will tell you, I'm not into that, please. That was your time. And it's not really helping matters. Because these are things that makes you who you are. But presently, they look at it as it's not necessary, it's not relevant to their own time.
It is pertinent to arrest the trend, encouraging letter writing, compositions, exhibition of positive influence by the elders, withdrawal of the use of found language by the younger generation, and reduce the contrary use of phones within learning clusters. This and more will help to mend already existing communication gap.
Interesting. It's a very interesting life that we are living, because we who are the older generation can learn a little things from them, and they too can imbibe some habits that were indoctrinated into us when we're growing up. For us who are the older generation, Victoria, for example, we place a lot of premium on values, as in courtesies. Good morning, thank you, I'm sorry, mom may I, dad may I, good night, good morning. Is that the case now? And do you think that people your age still require mentorship in the workplace, in the community, even in bringing your hobbies to life?
I feel like that's still the case. So me, the way I was brought up, I had a mom that would be like, even though we have a cook, you have a day where you learn how to cook. I started learning how to cook since I was 8. You take care of your room, you have to clean your own room. She instilled it in us when we were young. So a lot of people classify Gen Z as this lazy bunch of people, but it's not really about that. It's about home training. So it's really about the home you grow up in. If you have parents that instill that value but allow you to be yourself, you create a child that is confident in themselves. They can go out into the world, but then they are still very respectful. They value culture. They have good, respectful values about them. So I feel like people need to communicate with younger people more, because there's this mindset that people have about them that I don't feel like is right. Like you were saying, the whole cleaning of cars and whatnot. Till today, I still do laundry for the whole house, including my dad. That is, so people find it quite ironic. I still clean the house.
But is that common amongst your peers, your friends?
Actually. All my friends that I know, when we schooled abroad, we all lived by ourselves. You cannot enter someone's house and it's filthy. We don't have any maid. We have no one. We cook our meals. We go to work. We come back. We take care of ourselves, because we went to boarding school. We were taught this for 6 years. Then we go home. We're taught the same thing again. The younger ones, they are learning it as well, but there's a kind of leeway that they have, but it's still being instilled. I will not lie to you. But it cannot be like you guys. We cannot have, oh, if you don't do this, I'll beat you. Why?
Yeah.
It makes people, like now, all that I'm riddled with anxiety because of things I've seen around me. Everything makes me stressed out. So I live a life where I try not to take things too seriously. You have older people who live through war, who live through beatings, who live through... They hold so many things so tightly. They are so wound up. You don't have to be. It stresses you out unnecessarily. And then you have the ones that are like, I have seen that happen. I don't want that in my life. But then they are bombarded with so much information on a daily basis. Their mind is still not free. So either ways, everyone still has what they are suffering with. So I don't know how else to say. It's more like no matter what bridge you want to, you can never actually close the bridge.
But we can compromise, do you think?
You can compromise, but you can never close the bridge because there's a generation coming after us that will look at and then will also be annoyed with. That bridge will never close. I can tell you that for a fact.
I think the point here is that we might not even be able to close that bridge, but we want to make an inroad into a smooth relationship. And it's at this point I'll go back to say that we know that mentoring is one of the pillars of trying to bridge this gap we're talking about. And we talked about the elder ones carrying the younger ones along. But I also like reverse mentoring. Reverse mentoring, where the elder ones allow the younger ones also carry them along, like in the area of tech and new trends. Do you think that can help? For example, you have a son who is 19, who is so good, and you sit down one day and say, "Kai, son, come here. Put me through this thing." Do you think that will also create an understanding, and they'll feel important to say, I'm teaching my guy in the office, I am teaching daddy, I'm teaching mommy. Do you think that will help? But if you allow these young people also mentor us in their own regard, I call it reverse mentoring. What do you think?
Of course, that's very important. let me give you an example.
Yeah.
My 11-year-old son taught me something on the social media that I've never even thought of it. And it was when we were trying to install a game. And I was surprised that they were able to do that. So in mentorship, the mentor does not mean that you must be at a certain age. Like normally, we might take it that your mentor should be somebody 60, 40, 50 above. No, never. You can have somebody who is 20, like we are on tech age now.
Yes.
Some of our older ones who are like 50 and above might not understand. And you see somebody that is 20 or even 18 or 19 mentoring you is different from coaching.
Yes.
But you don't have the idea of that tech at all. So the person will mentor you for even up to 1 year, 2 years. You have seen in some of the universities, you see younger people teaching older people. So the relationship between the two, the Gen Z and the older ones, is not bad. So there is no limit to mentor, and the mentees, there is no limit to mentees and there is no limit to mentors. Because no matter what age it is, the actual thing is that your mentor is teaching you, is somebody who has the knowledge, connected, vast knowledge, and connected to a lot of things you don't know. What you know, I don't know those things. So the best thing is for me to learn from you.
Yes.
And you must be, the mentee also must be patient for the mentor to mentor him or her. Then the mentor should understand the mentee very well, because you can't mentor somebody who is not ready to learn.
Yeah,
True.
absolutely.
True.
So that is it.
Interesting.
Well, King Faj, you're ready.
They're turning green. You're the one for me now.
Asha,
I just wanna know. Sing, I just wanna know. 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 'Cause I just wanna know. And I just wanna know. So lady, coming down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand man. I love
to see this father-daughter duo. I like the way people just smile and play. Daddy, you're doing something right. Oh yes, hold on, Jesus. What says good morning, weekend deal? It's amazing. I'm having a fantastic time. Tell us your name now so that we can holla back at you. Okay. Good morning, weekend deal. I am East Boy, and I love what the lady in black is saying. Okay.
Who, me?
You. She's shocked because she's here. I love what she says. See, they are loving you. See what happens. I told you. Okay. Okay. Good morning. My name is Emmanuel from Imo State. I saw your program on television now, and I want to use the opportunity to thank you all for the opportunity to look into the differences between the Gen Zs. That or the Gen X, Y, Z. Okay. Okay. I didn't know that. Please, I also want to ask some people to just keep doing your best. I love your program. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, NTA. Good job. We love you always and forever. We love you right back. Okay, this is a long one. This is indeed a commendable program. Bridging the gap between the older and the younger generation should be a shared responsibility, considering its crucial role in shaping the future of our great nation. In this regard, I must sincerely commend Ogumba Uchenwosu for rising to the occasion. His remarkable contribution to youth mentorship and entrepreneurial development through Ogumba Leadership Center are worthy of praise. He has invested immensely in nurturing the next generation of leaders. May God continue to bless and strengthen him. My name is Ashams Francis Obioma. Sir, nice. Well done.
Thank
we
you.
said that. We said that from the beginning. I beg everybody. Oh, we go on the break. We applaud you. We go on the break, even as we applaud you. Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
We are going on the break.
They wanted the viewer.
Hi there, viewers. My name is Anna. Welcome to the food and nutrition segment of the Weekend Deal Show. And today we will be talking about tomatoes and the benefits of tomatoes. Despite botanically being a fruit, tomatoes are generally eaten and prepared like a vegetable. They're a great source of vitamin C, potassium, folate, and vitamin K. Usually red when mature, tomatoes can also come in a variety of colors, including yellow, orange, green, and purple. What's more, many subspecies of tomatoes exist with different shapes and flavor. We're going on a short break. When we get back, it's more on tomatoes.
Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Shots my tea fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, you got time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up and shine your smile. No more cover mouth. Because we Colgate, that's who do ya, that we just smile.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, enriched with 95% pure vitamin C and pearl extract. For visibly radiant and even-toned skin in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, for your shade of beautiful.
The water content of tomatoes is around 95%, while the other 5% consists mainly of carbohydrates and fiber. Fresh tomatoes are low in carbs, The carb content consists mainly of simple sugars and insoluble fibers. We're going on another short break. When we get back, it's the conclusion on tomatoes.
Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Shout my teeth fresh now, but you know, I beg no be slow. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, it's your time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up and shine your smile. No more cover now. Because with Colgate, that will do ya, that with your smile.
Welcome back, viewers. Finally, tomatoes are juicy and sweet, full of antioxidants, and may help fight several diseases. They are especially high in lycopene, a plant compound linked to improve heart health, cancer prevention, and protection against sunburn. So if you've never had tomatoes before, you should try to eat them, and eat them fresh and raw, because that way you get all the nutrients that you need. With that said, that'll be all for today on the Food and Nutrition segment of the Weekend Deal Show. My name remains Abba Ene. See you next time.
Yes, you know, health indeed is wealth, and that's where I think we have won over these Gen Zs. We love eating vegetables, fruits, and all. Sometimes we have to remind them that vegetable, the greens, you need it. Even though you are tall, you are healthy now, you are eating better for that great future. You know, behind the scenes is often so interesting. We're learning. Is a whole learning curve. And I think we're coming to an agreement here that each side has something very vital to bring to the table, and it's no longer business as usual. So Ima was telling us behind the scenes that the way we were raised, perhaps it was more rigid. It's not that the values are less vital or less important. So we need to learn how to be a bit more flexible. Victoria, please, can you tell us, for example, how to be more flexible? Because sometimes we have the right information to pass on. We know it's the right thing for them, but perhaps the language we use or the tone or the attitude, can you tell us if somebody is to give you advice now about dressing, about going to bed early, about music, about anything, how would you like them to approach you? Is there a certain tone? Is there a certain ambience? Should it be in the workspace, at home? Educate us.
For me personally, the way I was raised, I wasn't really like beaten or anything. Obviously, you get shouted at as a child, but my dad is a very emotional person. You see him at work, when he wants to get something done, he shout, but when it came to my mom and me, he was so soft because it was care at home. And I think he kind of went with us. I never really lied, you know.
You never lied?
I never lied.
Never had reason to?
Yes, because of you. So I had privacy at home. No one is going to go through your phone or open your room or anything. So it builds a certain level of trust. Your child comes to you. Even when I wanted to get piercing, I went to my mom. I was like, oh, see this piercing and tattoo. She was like, I hate tattoos in my life, but I can kind of compromise on piercings. And because of that, till today, I have no tattoo on my body. But
okay, you'd have liked to do tattoos?
At that point, but now, because I spoke to her, she was like, you know what, I understand you like this thing. I can manage the piercing, do you, but I absolutely cannot deal with tattoos. So you communicate with your child in a way that they don't lie. If something happens, they come to you. They respect you enough not to talk to you a certain way. It's not about beating the child. It's not about doing that. I know someone now that was beaten, they don't let them go anywhere. They are the best liars, you know, today. So you have to train up a child in the way that they view you as a mentor, as a friend, as a parent. You have to learn to put it together. You have to, I don't know how else to really explain. It's more like, don't be your child's best friend all the time. You need to know when to assert authority.
Be a parent.
But don't be a bully. A lot of parents are angry all the time. It reflects in your child. Always shouting, always resorting to beating. You can't speak to anyone. Then they go out there and they are bullies themselves. You know what I mean? So I'm a big advocate of don't beat. Obviously, as the child is growing up, you can tap the child like, this thing you're doing is wrong. But I know people that will bring out pepper, broom.
You don't like that? You don't like seeing koboko?
It's actually so violent. It's not healthy, and then the child ends up not.
Yeah.
As you said, a menace to society. You know what I mean? So as I am like this now, if I grow up, I know when to be respectful. I feel like respect is reciprocal. I won't see an adult and just be rude for no reason. But I can tell you for a fact, if you're being rude, unprovoked, I will give it back. That's what this generation tends to be angry about.
Or like in our
They
time
think-
where
they think you
adults
just
always
keep
right.
quiet. So they think you just keep quiet, and then I don't like that. I like adults should be respected. You are older than me. I won't talk back to my dad, but I will have a conversation with him. Me and him will sit down. We'll talk and we'll go over everything, but I wouldn't say something disrespectful.
Are there times when your dad or mom apologized to you?
Yeah.
Are there times when you did it as well?
Literally, you can get angry, walk away, take a breath, come back and be like, I'm absolutely sorry for what I said. Sorry for the way. When you keep on getting older, you realize that you can gist with your child about anything. And they will never, ever disrespect you.
Okay, I mean, the times are changing. I mean, the society is honestly evolving. Because these days, children tell you they are traumatized because they were beaten. As growing up, you say yes quickly. Yes, it's true. You're like, yes. Okay, please, go.
Like, I'm not joking. Hitting your I'm not saying that. Okay, there's some beating that they'll be give you. You man, you reason it. Okay, so there's this case of
Say you reason it.
No, children are going some things. Some of them go through sexual abuse. Some of them go through things, and then when you tell your parents, instead of them to lovingly console you, because at that point your mental health is crashing. Like, it's totally crashing. And the next thing your mother or father will do is to take belts and flog you. Like, what did you do? Why did you go there? At that point, she's 4, she's 5. What is she supposed to know? And you're beating her at that point. Even if she has something severe later on, she would never tell you because you broke it at that point. If she had told you that, Mommy, this is what happened in school, I got touched this way, I got touched that way, because girls go through it a lot. Like, 9 out of 10 girls get touched. But it's only 2 or 3 that will tell their parents.
Oh, my mom will burn
And it
down
will
the
cause
whole place.
that could be because you beat me at that point. My self-esteem, my confidence. Most of them keep saying, did I do it wrong? Am I wrong? Am I this? That's why when they grow up and like they become woke, they'll be like, I cannot tolerate my mental health first. That's the Gen Z standard. My mental health first.
Yes. And even we were learning to evaluate our mental health.
Yes.
What is not healthy for us, even as adults, we put it on one side. Mental health is key. Somebody is, my director and my producer are speaking from there. They are asking, because many of us were beaten. This hand chop cake.
Hey, we beat us.
This knees enjoyed the floor. I cleared, I swept, I washed, I went on long, I did it all. You know, and in a way, we didn't see it as wrong there. And the fact is, I'm not traumatized by beating. It's the words people speak that I tend to remember. But it seems to be different. Is it the words you hold, or is it the hitting?
I feel like it's both.
It's both.
It's the most I ever endured any punishment was in boarding school. You have seniors, I'll tell you to kneel down. I swept the compound. I did every type of punishment you can think of.
Even in a foreign school?
No. I schooled in Abuja, actually, in Premier Academy, before I went for university. Yeah, in Lube. So,
That's a good school.
really and truly, it's both. Me, in my house, we hold both to value.
Okay.
What you say cannot be taken back. So, even I had to speak with my dad. When you're angry, be very careful of what you say sometimes. Because your words cannot be swallowed back. They can be very hurtful. And I learned very early on, I have a very viper tongue. So I'm very, very careful of how I speak, because what I will say will bring you down. And I learned it from young. So you have to be very, very careful. Same with hitting as well. I would never hit another person. I can't imagine when people say I slap this. I can't do it. Why would I slap you?
I never come to that.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So all this punishment, I feel like you need balance. Don't get me wrong. You can punish a child. You can tell a child to kneel down. You can do anything. Saying that the child is void of punishment is not right as well. they don't learn anything.
Yes.
But you
Must be
need
firm.
to have balance. That's
Strike a
literally
balance.
the whole keyword here, balance. That's all.
Okay,
Okay, we're having a lot of messages. Somebody said, thank you, Auntie, for bringing up this this topic this morning. It's really educating us, from David Otobo. So I completely agree with the point of view of reverse mentorship. The Gen Z generation brings a fresh perspective, especially in areas of technology and digital communication, where the older generation can truly learn from. It is great to see conversations like this happening on NTA Weekend Deal. Your creativity and consistently informative content keep us engaged and thinking. Well done, Eki Peter. Okay. Okay, I want to say, just spare the rod and spoil the
You don't spare the rod.
Can I quickly chip this in for Gumba? My daughter said she
Yes, I was going to, okay.
Okay, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, my sister.
Okay. I believe I'm in that age bracket where you are, 40, 50s, 50s going up. I think we were raised about the same way. We were scolded, we were punished, we were beaten. How is the way we were raised? How did they impact us to become the man you are today? And how you also bringing a bit of the way you were raised that made you a high value person and impacting on the home and the children you are raising today? What are you taking from the old to bring to the new to make it still fresh?
Let me give you an example.
Yes,
when I was growing up, I had like 4 girls before me. So when anything happens, my mom will not say anything. By 11 o'clock, she will wake us up and she will start crying.
Yes.
Mama, give me a minute, what happened? She will be crying. Mama, what happened? Ijoma, you did this. All of us will be on that, my sister. Why will you? After that, none of us wants her to cry. You know when mother's tears comes out, by that time, and we'll now start begging her, please, Mama, why you sleep now? Sleep. Why will you do this to mommy now? Why will you? That person will not do it again.
Oh, that's nice.
While now, there's something my wife does. When any of our child does something wrong, she will say, okay, Nafa, go and take your book. Read from 1 to 10 and come and tell me what you learned from that book. That's the punishment.
Wow.
Then Nafa will be in his room. I will go and peep. Nafa is reading. I will tell my wife. It's better than papa.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
like somebody said, the beating, does it work?
No,
90% it does not work.
It doesn't work, sir.
It makes that child stronger. By the
Yes.
time they get used to beating, when you beat them, you see, they cry with tears. At the time, tears will not come out again.
Yes.
You beat.
They become defiant.
If you say bring your hand, they will bring their hand.
Yes.
They flog,
Become
pa. After flogging them, they clean their hand and go. The next thing. So things are changing.
Indeed.
We, most of the older ones were trained with flogging.
Yes.
Frog jump. You do and come back, do and come back, do and come back. You'll be sweating. Yes, I dealt with my child today. Another thing, we should never scold our children in public. Whenever they do something wrong, please don't scold them and say you are stupid. You're trying to impress others while abusing your child, while bringing his mental capacity down. Just take your child, go back. When you get home, sit the child down. Say, do you know that thing you did is wrong? Don't do it again. That child will respect you than coming to the public because the child do something. You start shouting.
Hi.
That is not it. So the what we are taking from the Gen Z
Yes.
is that they don't want to be scolded, but they want to be talked
to. Communication.
Communication. What we are taking from the older generation is that child must be punished, but the punishment should not come in a harder way, but communication.
Yes.
My mom, sometimes, when you do something wrong, she will look at you. By the time she look you from head to toe, you now know that there is problem. It's not somebody who will tell you that you have done something wrong.
Absolutely.
So there is quite different. So
Yes.
I'm not at the school. I'm not those who support beating. In my house, I and my wife, we don't support. My wife knows how to do. I will just wait and just say, babe.
Oh,
You've done it
right.
well.
amazing.
You want to communicate with Gen Z. All your music.
Oh, okay. The music was so happy.
Communicating with them,
music is on
Play.
background.
Okay.
The kind of music they like.
You know, Daba talked about ambience, creating the ambience. If you want to talk to them, I think you just furthered that conversation by saying put music. Let me take one or two messages then. My name is Chidoke Nwafo, residing in Aba. The so-called Gen Zs, Gen Z generation should retrace their origin. If care is not taken, they will kill our language, kill our dress code, kill our salutations, and generally kill our culture. Okay, Gen Z, that's for you people. Another says, I am, thank God, from Taraba State. In my point of view, I really don't see any difference between old school and Gen Z, as they call it. Maybe just the civilization. I am just 17 years old, but yet I love old school music and also listen to Gen Z music. And I love old comedies like James Gregory of old and new ones like the Sabinus. As a Gen Z, I love social media, but yet not much. I am actually writing my own. I'm writing WAEC this year, and I wish myself good luck. My little advice is that we as Gen Zs should try and balance between old and new school. Don't overdo things, for sure. Listen and to advice of the elder. Thank you so much. Thank God. We love you. Let's quickly go to NTA Medigree because they are ready to join this conversation right about now.
Parenting is a complex and dynamic process that involves nurturing children from birth to adulthood. It requires providing physical, emotional, and psychological support to help children develop into capable, confident, and responsible individuals.
Good parenting involves both parents. And in the traditional concept, actually it involves even the entire extended family.
The child has to be cared for physically, emotionally, morally, and also skills should be inculcated into a child which will help him to fit well in the scheme of things in the society.
However, modern parenting has deviated from traditional approaches, with many parents struggling to balance control, communication, love, and respect.
Whatever our parents say is the final word. We do not challenge that. We do not argue it. We obey. The parents do not draw boundaries. They do not tell you that you should do this and you should not do this. They allow a lot of things to go.
What we have is a mixture of culture. And what we were able to harvest is the Western culture that becomes the culture of everybody in the city. So today, we have learned a lot that, parenting means caring, means rearing, means loving, means monitoring, means guiding, and it must be done in a very unique way.
In the old school, the child is forced or compelled to do some things without given freedom to talk, to express his view. As a result of this, the child will grow with fear. In a new school system, the emphasis is on what is called positive discipline. The child is given freedom to express himself. He will talk, there is interaction between parents, the child, and other people in the family. So, and that type of child, when they grow up, they will love people.
Several factors contribute to the decline of effective parenting, including the forces of modernity, changing societal values, and increased stress. Experts suggest that these factors have led to a shift away from traditional parenting methods, resulting in a lack of control, communication, and understanding between parents and children.
Talk to your children. Allow your children to talk to you. Monitor them closely. Be their friend. Love them. These are the philosophies. You have to learn it. If you don't learn, then definitely you'll be in trouble.
Diverse parenting styles and philosophies can have a significant impact on child development. While there is no one-size-fits-all approach, understanding different parenting styles and adapting to the needs of children at various stages can foster healthier parent-child relationships and promote positive development.
I find out that a disciplined child who grows into a disciplined adult is an asset to the society. But an indisciplined adult, that is the indisciplined child, and he grows into an indisciplined adult, is actually a nuisance on the society.
Positive discipline I encourage, and which promote mental health awareness, and not only that, the spirit of confidence and empathy are developed in the child. And when children are brought up under this condition, I have seen some of them as a teacher, they are doing well.
Parenting is a lifelong journey that requires patience, empathy, and adaptability. Hence, parents are advised to strike a balance between loving their children and setting boundaries to avoid spoiling them.
Wow,
Okay.
you know, parenting children, especially in this generation, is not for the faint of heart. And we're learning it's not one shoe size that fits all. There must be love and compromise from both sides.
This a special one for Chief Oguma.
But we know it now.
You are not moving, all the Gen Zs.
They are not moving now. You know the Gen Zs don't understand.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, yeah, man, Hey, oh, yeah, man, NTA we can do. NTA we can do. NTA we can do. NTA we can do. Gen Z.
That is the same dance, but different style.
Gen Z dance. Gen Z dance.
What's that?
Okay, the one that is.
Oh, yeah, Imabole, Chief Oguma, Imabole, Tema, Imabole, Vicky, Imabole, Ella, Imabole, Nation, Imabole, Imabole, hey, hey, oh yeah, man, hey,
Okay, this is good. So somebody says, no, well done. That
Thank
was
you
good.
very
That
much.
was
I
good.
appreciate. I'm going to go back and tell them I saw one man in NTA and he played Oriental very well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank
That's
you.
beautiful. Thank you. Okay, somebody says here, my teacher said that. Okay, wait, hold on. You're doing
Marketing.
PR here. Hold on.
Opportunity.
Okay, somebody says here, my teacher says that during their time, it was 419. We Gen Zs are Yahoo. Who knows what our children will be?
Oh, goodness.
Then she continues. My name is Blessing. My mom read my diary and she took picture on her phone. So I found out. So I told her that I have a boyfriend. And she was like, at that moment giving the difference between marriage and dating. A few days later, she used it against me. Gen Z parents, if we, and I'll come back to Ogumba, somebody sees this, and you're using it against your child, tomorrow won't she lock up and not tell you anything ever again? As a parent, how are you supposed to handle seeing a thing like that instead of using it against your child? What do you think?
No, you like sometimes when you say things and use it against your child, it becomes a problem. But it depends on how you talk to the child. First, let me go back to that. What do you call it? The Yahoo and they say, you know, backtrack. It used to be OBT, obtaining by trick. Yes. So then it becomes 419 and then Yahoo. So, but on this, that's to tell you that change. There is nothing like staying in one place and remaining stagnant on one place. It depends on how you talk to your child. Like when a child does something, you keep reminding the child, you did this, maybe a child mistakenly do something wrong, and every time you say, you need that thing, you did that. If you do it again, you have started again. You did the other time. So when you keep reminding that child about that thing, it becomes that the child becomes withdrawn, and then will not tell you such kind of a thing. Like girls, when they tell their parent or their mom or dad something, maybe about their sexual or their relationship with a guy, and then you now, at the time they won't tell you again. They feel like, no, I don't want to say it, because if I say it, my mom will use it against me, or they keep talking about it. So, but like the two of them have said, communication. Once the communication is right, things will go right with the Gen Z world.
Let me just take this one. I say good morning, everyone in the studio. I'm quite enjoying the program. Please keep it up. It's exclusively interesting. My regards to Gumba Uchewosu for his mentoring prowess. This is from Port Harcourt. Now tell me something. If you were dating, and I'm going to ask both of you, if you were dating, would you tell your father easily? Would you tell your mother easily? Because during our time, you dare not say, how will you even fix your mouth? Come, how do you even fix your mouth? Look at your father and say,
Oh, Chim.
Oh, Chim!
Seeing you with a boy.
With a boy. Just if you pass and a boy pass immediately, they will look at that boy in that corner and look at you and say, are they connected? Oh, Chim. No, just let me start from Ella.
Don't go to the opening of the diary.
Yeah, okay.
Went to her diary without preparation. And we talked about the room. You have a level of privacy. No one can just walk in. Opening your daughter's diary or your son's diary, at what age is it perceived as an invasion of privacy? Because when they are younger, we should know what they are writing, what they are doing. At what point would you say, my privacy has been invaded?
To me, it's at any age.
Any age?
Yes.
Because it's a diary, right?
Yes.
So when, in terms of it being, her boyfriend is in the diary, when my mom talked to me about dating, she said, I don't want you dating at a certain age. Does not mean you get to this age you're not allowed to. The reason why is in Western culture, you see girls as low as 13, 15 being sexually active or dating. And here, it is actually helpful because it stops girls and young boys from also doing that as well. So she'll tell you, I don't want you doing this to a certain age. From 18 and above, then you can now start saying, I want to talk to a boy, I want to do this. It keeps you pure to a certain standard so that when you get to that age, you're a bit more mature to deal with it. There's nothing you should be dealing
when
with.
You start, were you able to talk to your parents? That's what I'm even after.
You can't talk to them, but in sometimes there is really nothing to talk about unless something negative happens, yeah? You're learning in life, even them as well. So me dating someone, you go and talk to them if something negative happens, there's something that you're feeling scared about doing, then they can talk to you. But why am I going to them about every part of the relationship? No one I'm dating meets my family until it's the final bus stop, essentially. In the Western world, you hear, my boyfriend slept over. Where? No.
Okay, but can your boyfriend come to your house?
Yeah.
No.
Daddy's looking at you. My mom and my dad they've always been open about relationship, because if you say your child should not date to 18, very few keep to this standard.
Yeah.
There are like girls outing and girls hangouts that you get to hear so much secrets. Most girls lose it as early as 12, but they don't say it. Yeah. They don't tell you.
Okay.
They hide it.
Okay.
It's not as if your parents. See, I feel like it's an individual decision. The parent should do their parts. Tell your child, let them understand the health implications of having it early, or the reasons why you should not date. Because, to be honest, even like, there's something my dad used to say. He said, men are men. Even men are men. So you should not just because he's 15. They are manipulated, they are secret. As a girl, you might think you are older and you're wiser and you're smarter, but most of them are older than you, 2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years is a lot of experience. So my mom will say, me, I don't have issues with you dating. Just let me know. Yeah. My mom has never been against it. I think I finished when I was secondary school when I was 15, 16. And I was always at home and she was like, you don't used to go out. Don't you have friends you hang out with? My mom is not young. Don't you have friends you go out? Sometimes I'm at home, my daddy will say, Edla, you know they come out. Why are you indoors? Social life, interact. That is how you learn from your environment. If I'm in a relationship, I'll obviously tell them I'm in a relationship, but I don't need to tell them everything. The only reason a man will come to my house and see my mother and father is when he's bringing the palm wine.
Wow, that's the introduction.
That's interesting. I like that.
One second here. Sometimes our children have, as they are growing up, not all male friends are boyfriends.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You have, so can they come around? I have nieces and nephews, not to the room, but the panel. I have nieces and nephews where
1 minute.
Everyone comes.
Yeah.
1 minute.
1 minute to random.
Yeah, but it's not a problem. But the thing is that what is the motive? It's not a problem. Like if you're in secondary school and you invite your male and female friend to your house, it's not a problem. I can't say it's a problem. I will even love. Let me tell you something. The best thing I can do is to allow them to bring their friends. Let me know their friends. Let me see them. They're not allowing them come to the house. And when you see them, by the way looking at them, by their interaction and their behavior, you now say, this one, Neka, this one, Obi, this one, you know, full at all. So it is good for parents to allow them to bring their friends
to come home.
Yes,
I'd rather know my friends.
Yes.
Somebody says, somebody says, thank you, Guba, this morning for your submission on mentoring our children. I'm learning a great deal from your submission. God bless you, sir.
Okay, this is the last one. Please, your closing. Victoria, let's hear you. Your final words, then Ogumba, and then we get music. And then you, if you want to talk. Victoria, your final phrase.
We all require balance in this life. And although that bridge may not be closed fully, I really feel like we can all come together to learn from each other. I learn a lot from the elder ones, and they can also learn from the younger ones. It helps you.
Thank you, Ogumba. Ogumba, your final words.
My final words will be to the parents. Looking at the younger ones and the Gen Z, we should not limit them from achieving their aims. So for now, we might be seeing them moving faster, but the faster they go, the more result they get. So let's work with them.
Okay. A final thing, I would also want to say that it is important that we be flexible with
flexibility, inclusivity.
Please don't be rigid. Hear your child talk.
Inclusivity.
Thank you. You are learning. Thank you.
Every time I hear Babylon, they make them rules. I hear Babylon, they make so much threats.
You sabi that?
They wanna rule their people forever now. They wanna rule their people forever.